Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and my name is Meenakshi. Today in this video I am going to talk about nervousness. There are few points in which I am going to talk in this video. So first one is I will talk about the meaning of nervousness, and second one is few factors because of which we can feel nervousness, especially while speaking in English. And last one is how can we get rid of this problem. So let's talk about this topic. Talking about the meaning of nervousness. Nervousness is a feelings which we feel when we are unconfident about something. Let's take an example here. If we are having any conversation or if we are going to talk to other person, then and at that moment we are unable to recall any words or any sentences when we are required to speak in English. So at that time we can feel nervousness. And in another way we can say it is a state of psychological and emotional discomfort. We can recognize this thing by anxiety, tension, apprehension and uneasiness. And these all 4 points are quite familiar to a learner. Because sometimes while learning English and while speaking in English, when we are unable to recall some words or sentences, we get frustrated and we feel nervous while speaking in English. And apart from this, it can manifest in various situations such as when we are facing an interview or before an important event as well. But we are here to talk about in English. So we feel nervousness while speaking in English when we are facing unfamiliar and challenging circumstances. So these are some problems, and there are some solution as well. We will talk about these solution at the end of this video. Before this, we are going to talk about some factors. So first one is fear of making mistakes. And second one is lack of confidence, and third one is communication barriers. First, talking about fear of making mistakes. Today just try to ask this question to yourself, that why do you have this problem, fear of making mistakes, and definitely you will get to know the solution itself. In my opinion, if I talk about this point, so when we are going to speak in English, we think a lot of things in our mind as a learner, and we think that when we are going to speak in English, people will judge us and we will misunderstood by other person because we are speaking incorrect grammar and pronunciation as well. So this is the thing which leads nervousness. And if I talk about second point, that is lack of confidence. Why do we have lack of confidence while speaking in English? Just try to ask some questions every time to yourself, and when you ask some questions to yourself, definitely you will find some answer for yourself itself. In this point, as far as my concern, we have lack of confidence when we are unsure about our English proficiency, and because of it we can't explain whatever we want, and we can't express our opinion as well. If I talk about my personal experiences about it, so I am unconfident at that moment when I am not honest about my learning journey, and when I am not practicing on regular basis, and when I don't have knowledge about that any specific topics. So at that moment I feel unconfident, and when it requires to speak in English and I am not able to express my opinion because of I don't have knowledge about that, and I didn't read anything about that topic, so my confidence automatically pulls down. So that's the thing. And talking about last point, communication barrier. Why it is barrier while communicating to other person, and when it comes to speak in English, why it becomes barrier for a learner, especially for a learner? Because we are habitual to speak in Hindi from a very long time of period, and we need to think about this thing. Because sometimes we get frustrated while learning in English, and it is very natural getting frustrated while learning this language. But I'm talking about communication barrier because we are non-native speakers, and sometimes when it requires to speak in English with other person, it can be difficult for us to recall some words or sentences immediately at that particular moment, and it becomes barrier for us. So which leads to nervousness as well. And now talking about how can we get rid of this problem. And I think somewhere we all know, we all aware about the solution of this problem, and sometimes we are not working on this. So talking about the solution, overcoming from nervousness takes time and practice. Practice means on regular basis practice. And how can we build our confidence? We can build our confidence by seeking opportunities for conversation, and we have to aware about our daily improvement. So this can help us to get rid from this problem. And one thing we all need to know, that making mistakes is very natural as a learner, and I would say it should not be a part of any embarrassment, because what happens many times, because of embarrassment we try to give up and we stop our journey somewhere. So it should not be like that, I think so, because by practicing on regular basis we can improve ourselves. And so don't stop your journey anywhere, just try to learn, just keep learning every day and try to do practice, and definitely one day you will achieve your fluency, and I'm also working on it. So this is the thing I wanted to explain in this video, or you can say I wanted to talk about this topic in this video. So I will see you soon.